Teketeke Nation Live in the program on air. This show because in my pita I have many young people who tell me nafanya job place walimu mimi ni kitu fulani but finding a side hustle that I can still go to work and in a position to run a side hustle to enable me to get extra income imekuwa ni shida. And for this reason I got a friend of mine who's a master of this, a guru, anajua kuchapa job while at the same time anapita hapa na pale. She gets extra income, anapiga life, eating life with a big spoon. And allow me to introduce her to the show. Alafu in the next couple of minutes to piga ikitu, we dissect different practical tips that you out there who's working, you are a manager in a bank, you are working on some project somewhere, you are a teacher, you are a pastor, whichever profession you are in, unapiga job ya 8 to 5, you can still do business out here so that uweze kuunganisha shilingi zako 2 na 1 zikwenye 3. Karibu sana my sister, how are you?
I am well, asante sana.
Uko fiti sio?
Niko salama.
How is your huduma day?
My huduma day is good. The weather is good.
Unapiga huduma mbaya?
Kabisa. Nashukuru opportunity ya kuja kuwasiliana nao.
Asante. Sasa sisi tunashukuru zaidi because our audience out here, people are working but pesa haiwatoshi. Wanalia, they need to top up the income but hawataki kuwa wezi. Hawataki kuingia tu hapa Equity Bank hapa nje wapige mtu ngeta. What can those people who are working do to ensure that they increase on the incomes they get? Yes.
I think for a start, ni mtu angalie what resources do you have. So time is a major one because kama uko job, watu wengi wako job 8 to 5. Watu wengine 9 to 6. So ina depend job yako. Wengine wanafanya night shift. So first ni kuangalia masaa yako. You'll be very critical. How many hours do I actually have? Kuna watu wanaishi karibu na job. So kama kazi ni saa 2 anatoka home saa 1:30.
So it's easier for logistics.
Ni rahisi kuangalia asubuhi I have some hours. Nikiamka mapema there's something I can do. But kuna watu hawana opportunity but wako na nafasi jioni. Pengine kutoka job kwenda home jam si mingi. Kuna biashara anaweza fanya jioni. So time ni resource kubwa. Ingine of course ni pesa. So unahitaji do ngapi? Unahitaji
like capital.
Sababu unaweza taka kufanya biashara lakini swali ya kwanza kubwa inakuwa nitahitaji pesa ngapi? Na kuna vile unaweza anza kidogo, kuna zile huwezi anza kidogo. So unafaa kuconsider hizo factors zote. Alafu biashara ni gani na inahitaji niwe hapo ama nisiwe? Because ukiwa job, your first priority ni hiyo job.
Job yako.
Yes. Kuna watu wako job for various reasons. Inaweza kuwa ni mshahara tu. Inaweza kuwa kwa kweli uko na passion na hiyo job. Na inaweza kuwa zote mbili. So unafurahia pesa unapata na bado unaenjoy kufanya hiyo job. Yes, na unataka ugrow career yako kwa hiyo job. So all those factors ndio vitu mtu anafaa angalia.
So guys, go to our YouTube channel, it's Teketeke Nation Live, and subscribe. Go to our YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live, and subscribe. So is it possible that someone could be working na akotuna biashara huku nje ina run?
Yes.
It's
very possible. I think if you really want to do business, avoid being negative. So
nitaanza aje nini?
Yes. Juu watu wengi wako negative. Number 1 nitaanza aje, number 2 nitapata wapi pesa, number 3 tuseme nitaandika mtu ataniibia. So ukitaka kufanya biashara wachana na negatives kwanza, we focus on the positive. For starters, mshahara yako haitoshi or inatosha tu but unasema kwa kweli mimi ninafanya kwa bank, nafurahi sana kupika keki. Pengine umepika weekend wakaja wakasema na mbona hujafanya hii kawa biashara?
Kulala.
Exactly. So unaangalia okay, acha ni secure job yangu but jioni naweza bake cakes. Mchana nizilete job na niuze ama nizipeleke mahali kwa duka na ziuzwe. Kuna biashara zingine zinahitaji uwe hapo. Hiyo itakuwa ngumu sana. Yes. Sasa hiyo itafanya ukue mkora. Unahepa job ndio ukue pale
biashara. Ambayo si poa.
Ni vizuri una deal na baraka uko nayo vizuri. So Mungu amekufungulia njia uko kazi, wewe shughulika na kazi yako na roho moja. Lakini kuna vile bado unaweza fanya biashara. So ni kuangalia tu ni biashara gani unaweza fanya. For example, unaweza fanya bakery, ubake
jioni.
Asubuhi unazipack vizuri, kama uko na gari unaenda nazo, kama hauna
unaingia job na uko tuna mali na inachukuliwa kienda.
Yes. Yes. Hata kuna wadosi wapoa, so you can have a good boss anakubali ufanye biashara kwa kazi. Biashara yenye haita affect kazi yako.
Unafika unauza breko, some snacks
tu, ma snacks zako hawana shida because by the time watu wana settle kukaa chini kufanya kazi, wewe ushamaliza, umepata hela zako. So pia mtu asidharau pesa kidogo. Utaangalia hii biashara inaleta 200 tu. Sasa 200 na mshahara yangu ni 30,000. Hii si biashara.
It makes a difference.
It does. So you look at the numbers. How many cakes will you sell? And how much will you get at the end of the day? So unaangalia hiyo pesa uliona ni kidogo imezaa ikawa kubwa na bado biashara ina grow. So kuna watu pia wameacha job wakaenda biashara full time because now the business has
ilikuwa imeshapika wakaona
exactly. Imepika ikagrow.
Kidogo tu. To our viewers, I am a lover of money. I love money. When people just say hata shilingi kakuka ndivili, mimi napanga nimechangamka. And our guest is saying it is possible for you to still work 8 to 5 but still uko in a position to run some business venture. The only thing you need to look at is when looking at ile uwezo wako jinsi ulivyo mwenyewe unaelewa ile pesa ambayo unapata na the challenges ambazo uko nazo ambazo ni financial of course. And all of us I mean you and I, all of us, pesa tuko nayo haitutoshi. How are you going to ensure that needs zako na pesa zako zitoshane? You must get something extra outside your work ambayo utafanya so that uweze kucheza mahitaji na pesa yako. What do? You can run some business. Ile masaa unapanga nayo jioni or early in the morning. But kuna watu mabarikiwa na usingizi. Yeah. So you can still work in the evening, ufike home, you bake something. Kakeki fulani katamu so that in the morning you deliver, alafu unaingia job. Mshahara inaingia na pia pale kando kuna pesa ingine inakuja from business. And the most important takeaway from her response is any amount of money is good enough. Usifike mahali ukaanza kujichocha ati payslip yako iko hivi, aki watch any staki business. The 200 shillings you'll get on a daily basis will make a huge difference in your life. Osipna. Now, there are many people who are willing kuanza hii biashara. In fact, people who are working wako na advantage because they have capital. Wako na kamshahara, some savings. But how do they generate and develop business ideas? Because mtu anasema, I've met people who tell me, mimi niko na capital, niko na shilingi 20,000. Haki nitadu? Mimi naambia kula. Kula hiyo pesa ikuzoee. So how do you sit and internalize and know this is what I want to do? Yes.
So there are people who are born with the business mind. So there are some of us who have that gift. When I sit with you, I can see, I think there's something Moses needs. There's something this Teketeke business needs. But there are people who don't have it innately. So they have to work on it. So one of the things you can do is partner with somebody who has that knowledge. So there are people who are gifted in entrepreneurship. You need to spend some money to make money. So you can pay a little consultation fees, talk to them. Sometimes hata ni beshte yako tu anafanya biz. Unaweza mtembelea hapo kwa duka yake, kwa biashara yake, uongeleshe tu ulianza aje na uko na changamoto gani na capital unaweza fanya aje na kama mimi naweza fanya biashara gani wewe ukiniona. And you know sometimes people around you see things in you that you don't.
Yeah.
So kuna mtu atakwambia, na wewe unajua kuongea, mbona hujafikiria kufanya hii job ya radio?
Mzuri kama Yesu.
So unaweza pata idea ya basi maybe weekend nikafanye kwa radio.
Yeah.
Or vile nilisema earlier, umepika tu keki ya wageni. So wageni wanafurahia, wanasema no,
nice.
I wish we can get someone who can bake this way, you know. Then you get an idea. So ideas are all over. You can even Google business ideas for 2021 or business ideas related to technology. So it depends on also your field. So for example, if you're an accountant, then it's easier to identify a business within that field. So business is not about duka peke. You can even become a consultant.
Sure.
So there are people who can do consultancy in for small businesses, how they can save, how they can bank. There are people who can consult about bigger businesses. So for me, I feel opportunities are all over. You just need to be intentional. Like I said, don't be negative, focus on the positive, and just go for it. So when you're intentional, somehow even God favors you and brings people.
God
He aligns things.
Yes.
Yes. So but you have to be aggressive. So wewe enda nje kama ni biashara ya M-Pesa. Tafuta tu mtu M-Pesa muongelesha, ama enda Safaricom uliza hii M-Pesa huwa inafanywa aje. Kama ni salon umefurahia, jifanye pia wewe ndio washwe nywele, uliza msusi. Na hii biz ulianza aje? Akwambie nimeandikwa hapa. Au mdosi anafanya, you know, like just do research. And also it depends on your level of risk. So kuna watu wengine we have a very high level of risk. So
kuna wengine hawezi
take risks, but kuna ule hata shilingi yake 200 hataki mchezo nayo.
Mimi sitaki mchezo kama hiyo. Ndio kwa sure.
Yes. And also learn to check who you're listening to. So there are people who are dream killers and there are those who encourage the dream to be. So mimi unaweza niongelesha about Teketeke. Sasa hizo ni mambo gani?
So chani hizo vitu ni hizo vitu nini wewe?
Exactly.
21st century.
Na mimi nikwambie biashara ya kuuza tuseme nguo. Na uniambie watu wameuza nguo Facebook, watu nini?
Nguo.
So,
nani akuuchi?
Inaua hiyo roho yako, but somehow hiyo kitu bado it's burning in you. You feel like me I think nitauza tu nguo hata kama kuna duka mingi taona watu wamejaa Facebook na feel tu mimi naweza uza nguo. And somehow ukipush with your dream
God will open.
Yes. Lakini watu wenye tunaomba Mungu ni tukue serious na kuomba because Mungu pia huwa anakuonyesha.
Sure.
Utafeel tu kwa roho hii kitu haiishi. Ukilala tu ni hiyo, ukiamka ni hiyo. Ukitembea town unasema tu siku moja nitakuwa na duka yangu, you know. So keep that dream alive and then kill these dream killers. Avoid them as much as possible and just go for your dream. Because people have made it. So let me give you an example. I know a lady about how many years ago? So let's say around 8 years ago. She started selling dresses and her standard was she would sell dresses at 1,000. It doesn't matter whether it's a small dress, a big dress, a party dress, an evening dress. Like any dress your ladies need how. And so when she began, of course it's not easy starting a business. You know, you learn, it's like a child. It learns as it grows. And so it's now 7 years. She told me she sells a minimum of 50 a day. So you know that's 50,000.
Nguo?
Yes, nguo tu.
Nani hawana nguo na nunua nguo nyingi hizo?
So you see, yeye alikuwa akona vision yake.
Sure.
Ilikuwa inamfurahisha auze nguo. But wewe ungeangalia useme sasa nguo za 1,000 nikishauza leo kesho nitauzia na. You see? But yeah, she kept on.
And
she's still doing it.
Her dream harder.
Yes.
Na vitu zika happen.
So you can imagine 7 years from now, where would her business be? She'll probably be selling a minimum of 100, 200 a day, which is so much more than what people are earning in employment. Yeah.
Kidogo tu. So to our viewers, I have always mentioned on this space that at Teketeke Nation Live, we have some practical experience in running different businesses and reach out to us. At times uko pale nje uko na idea fulani lakini haijaivana, una think about something hauko so sure, talk to us. We know several other entrepreneurs out here. We can be able to take some time, of course for free, and just think through with you, tukusaidie wewe ujue hiki tunafikiria kufanya. We help you panel beat it, package it properly, and then unairoll. And our guest has said, ni lazima ujitume kwa bidii. So whichever idea uko nayo, many people have these ideas, but very few watakuwa willing kukunja mikono jinsi nimekunja hivi, and then they push themselves hard enough ili make pesa. You might open a business, hauna bidii, unafikiria kwamba pesa inakujanga kwa duka yenyewe. Haikuji. Lazima work hard ili attract wale watu wakuje wa shop ama wa buy the service that you are providing ndio upate hiyo pesa. So think about an idea. If you are not so sure about it, talk to us. We will link you up some of the entrepreneurs we know within his space wakusaidie kuthink through kitu yako ivane, uanze kuunda pesa pale nje, labda utukumbuke kama unataka. Kama utaki pia ni sawa. But at the same time kuwa tayari kuwork hard. Go to YouTube channel, please. Go to YouTube channel. It is Teketeke Nation Live and subscribe. And remember, this show is being sponsored by Teketeke Courier Solutions. Teketeke Solutions is a courier service provider. You have a parcel along Thika Road, uko pale Mombasa, uko Waiyaki Way, uko Town Center, mahali penye bodaboda wanafukuzana na kanjo all the time. Teketeke Courier Solutions wako pale. They will pick your parcel and deliver it from point A to point B at an affordable rate. Na pia, bodas are rough people. At times you'll give them a parcel, wapote nayo. But you can trust your parcel, your money, your package with Teketeke Courier Solutions. Their phone number inakimbia pale chini ya screen. Call them anytime, Monday to Saturday, 8 to 5 p.m. wakusort, so that you can focus on your core business. My sister, there are people who say, because I'm an accountant, I can only open up a business or consultant within the accounting field. There are people who say, because I'm a HR or because I'm a doctor, the only thing I can do is related with my profession. Is it true that because wewe profession, if you open a business venture within the same profession, hapo ndo unatoboa? Or I can be a doctor na ni uze mtumba. I can be a doctor na nifungue business running a radio. Yes.
So that's not entirely true, and I think we should not limit ourselves only within the field that field of expertise. People explore. So like you said, you'll find someone is a doctor but they're interested in mutumba. That lady who sells dresses was actually in the medical field and a professional at it for years.
Doctor?
Yes. She wasn't a doctor. She was, I think, a lab technologist or a pharmacist, I'm not sure. But I remember she was in the medical field and she was a professional. Because she used to say, now I'm not doing heels and suits anymore. Now I just go to Gikomba with my gumboots, And so you'll find that, for example, if you don't have certain skills for that business, and it's a technical business, it's not like just selling tumba or something you can open and sell things, then you can start it, get experts. So you now create opportunities for employment. So you employ people, they work there, you earn your revenue, you get your profits, but over time also get to learn. So that you close all the loopholes where people will be stealing from you, if at all, and also so that you become an expert in that field, because there's a reason why you set up the business. Sure. It's not only just to get a lot of money through profit, but also now that helps the business to grow. You can set up other branches or even grow it up into something bigger than what it began with. So I think people shouldn't limit themselves. If I tell you the businesses I do, they have nothing to do with what I studied, and they are so diverse. And so over time, people would complain like, why don't you just do one thing? But I feel like I'm seeing another opportunity here and another opportunity there. And even when you look at the Bible, Ecclesiastes talks about 7 revenue streams. And so I feel like it's actually biblical.
Hallelujah.
And so if you have that fire burning in you, you go for it. Because the people who are telling you you're doing many things, they will honestly not support that extra income that you need. Sure. And lifestyle choices are different. Sometimes you're at a level and you're feeling, I think I can do better.
You can do more.
Yeah, I can do much more. And so you do it. I mean, if you have the energy, do it. There are people who can't run one business, but you can do 5 or 7. Go for it. As long as it's legal. For me, as long as it's within confines of what God wants me to do, I'll do it. Yeah.
So
for you, money,
for you at the moment, you're employed, right?
Yes.
But you still do some businesses here and there.
Yes. So I'm employed. Luckily and thankfully, my boss knows that I do business, so it's not a secret. So I don't have to hide. But I don't do my business during working hours. So I sell either early in the morning, late in the evening after work, and mostly on weekends. So that's when I maximize. And now we have social media. So you can write a WhatsApp message, even during the working hours, and reply to somebody who's needing something. And then we have Teketeke courier solutions. So I don't have to carry my goods physically to take them to my client. I just call you and your riders, and they deliver for me. So things happen behind the scenes, but 9 to 5:30 I'm working.
You're working.
I'm employed.
Majioni unapiga tu biashara zako.
Jioni niko kwa biashara, weekend niko kwa biashara, and mtu wa biashara, you see opportunities. Like I said, so you either have it, you either have that eye or you don't. So because I thank God I have the eye, I use it. So I use it through my networks, I use it through strangers. I think also people limit themselves, like when you're starting Teketeke courier, you're like, I'll use Mary, don't focus your business on people only. Because sometimes they'll disappoint you.
Sure they will.
Fanya two biz, open it up as much as possible, put it on social media, use your networks, and you never know what is out there for you. Sometimes the business overtakes your thoughts. It just grows bigger and bigger.
So there are people, you talked about you having a good boss who understands you're doing business beyond your work.
Yeah.
The people who struggle a lot. Uko na some business hautaki wadosi wako job wajue. is it an issue?
Yeah, it's a major issue, especially where when your boss knows it, they'll kind of want to fire you. That's a major issue. So you'll find such people have no, how can I put it? It's like they don't connect with that business. So it's like you're advertising for someone else.
Yeah.
You know, so they detach from it. Their telephone numbers are different. Their identity is not anywhere in that business, solely because it will bring issues at work.
Or conflict of interest.
It's not even a conflict of interest per se. It's just that personalities are different. People manage people differently. And so we have bosses who are still, they haven't embraced that young people or even older people can be employed and still have business. So kuna hiyo issue, which I think for bosses out there listening to me, I think you should really be open-minded. If somebody has the ability to do a business, let them do it.
As long as it doesn't.
Because also we are looking for a work-life balance. If I can do my job well, and out there I'm happy doing my business, then it's also a benefit to the company because you'll have a happy employee.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
But denying somebody the chance to do business, not because it's a conflict of interest, just because of your own personal negative issues, I think it's really wrong. It's also not godly. Yeah. As long as this person is diligent in their work, encourage them. You know, I've met many bosses, not my current boss, but other bosses who find out, like, what else do you do? Do something, you know. And my current boss actually encourages young people to, you know, have business. She promotes them, you know. And so that also makes you wouldn't want to mess up your boss. You know, your boss has allowed you to.
So you understand, because
so
una appreciate. If I told amenipatia hii room,
exactly.
I can still do my other stuff.
Yes.
Nitapatia kazi yangu bidii sana.
Kabisa sababu job imekuruhusu kupata an extra income. The best you can do is to be diligent. Do your work well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Asante. So to our viewers out there, some of us who are bosses, uko pale nje, you are when you're big pale kwa organization you are, the staff that you are managing, the human beings would also want to grow. It's important for us to encourage them, as long as ile kazi yao ambao wanafanya haija affect their day-to-day operations za job, watu wa grow so that mtu amegrow pale nje na pia job ana perform poa. It is a good thing ukiwa na a team of staffers ambao wako happy, wanaona pia their employer, their bosses wana appreciate what they're doing, wana support. People will even perform better and better. Please, I have requested you, go to our YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live, and subscribe. Tafadhali, ingia pale YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live, and subscribe. My sister, how does it feel unapata mshahara? Na pesa tu ingine mahali mtu ulimuuzia whatever unauza, na yeye pia anatuma pesa tu zinakuja left, right and center. How does it feel?
It feels very good. Mostly because salary huwa haitoshi.
Haitoshi aje? Nini nakula?
I don't know why. I've had people who earn 2 times what I earn, but they still say salary haitoshi. So I think it's a common feeling that salary haitoshi.
Is it a principle that pesa unalipa mshahara isiwahi tosha ama nini ba? Ama sisi ndio tunaset standards too high?
I think many people set standards high, which is a good thing, so that you don't live a mediocre life. Panda too. If you're able to live a better life. Yeah. And so people, how do I say it? So there are people who earn only their salary, and that's all. They go to the ATM for that particular account, and that's it. But it feels very good when you have another account where the business money comes in. And then so now you start to think beyond your usual budget, because you have the tithe, rent, fees, blah, 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 food. Then now you're like, this place I've been hearing people go for holiday. Maybe I can now explore. Yes. Because now you have this extra income. But when you don't have the extra income, then you're really confined to only what you can afford. And so some people take a very long time to enjoy the good things, you know, the soft life, because hakuna pesa. Yes. So the extra income is good. It gets you from basic needs to now the next level of needs, you know. And so you start eating better, living better, start feeling like your house is smaller, you know, you want a bigger house. Pesa ikikuja tu your car is smaller.
No, so nyumba ulikuwa unakaa ndani. Pesa ikikuja unashindwa ni nyumba ukuta, the walls are too close.
Unaanza kuona hata hii space ni ndogo sana. Hata hii neighborhood imeanza kukua unsafe, it's insecure. you know, but that's the beauty of life. I think life utamu wake ni hiyo kupanda. Utamu wa maisha sio kuteremka ama kubaki hivyo.
Upande stairs ukienda juu.
Yes. Na vile ulisema maisha yaendelea kuwa ngumu, it's true. Cost of living is higher. I mean, electricity is now higher. Of course, transport is likely to increase because of the fuel prices. And so the question is, what are you doing to curb this gap, you know? Because when things are getting higher, your salary is not getting higher.
Haikimbizani na ile rate.
Haikimbizani na hiyo rate. Sasa unaanza kuangalia, okay, what can I do to bridge this gap? And so the best and safest and fastest way is to just get an extra income if you can. Yeah, but unfortunately, maybe we can talk about the challenges a bit. Some women, the men, the husbands don't allow them to work. So
okay, yeah. So you mean there are women under the sun that their husbands can't allow them to go to work?
Yes. So
why?
When I say work, I don't mean like, okay, so they have no issue with the wife going to 8 to 5 job and earning her salary. But then if she wants to engage in a business beyond that, it starts becoming an issue because of time. So like I said, time is a major resource. So the husband starts to question.
Uko wapi sikuoni home?
Yes. So in the morning, wewe ukiamka saa 10 una bake makeki. Jioni ndio unakimbizana na riders wazipikishe kwa clients, you know. So either you're on phone or you're baking or
bwana naona sasa nini
or unapiga manguo za mtumba picha na unangana na clients, you know. So I think also we should try and be supportive as much as possible. Ukiona wife ako na gift ya
support
ya hiyo biz, wewe mpigie hizo picha basi because ina take time.
Yeah, akiwa na pale nashughulika wewe unapiga picha.
So that pia to reduce hii time mingi anatumia, badala ya kutumia 3 hours asubuhi ama jioni ikuwe 1 hour and a half, so that you now have family time.
Yeah, sure.
Because most women have that challenge of you know, balancing their time to have time for their family.
Which is a barrier to them attaining their dreams.
Yeah, it's a major barrier, but then you know now, like we said, life is not getting easier. So you really want to have time with your family, but at the same time, needs are competing with this, you know, and so you have to try and catch up with both sides.
Yes, so you really need to have a very supportive spouse ndio mweze ku, because I also know of men wenye wangependa kupiga job hapa nje ni nini, but then their wives, unajua kuna wale mabibi pia nao sasa huko umeshinda, unajua, you know. Bibi anataka ukae hapa throughout. Sasa unamuuliza sasa nikaa hapa mimi niguliko utanilamba. It happens, right?
It happens, and you see also, like you're saying, there are women who for example, clients are calling. So when they are calling Teketeke fashions, for example, they don't know if it's a man or a woman, they just want the clothes. And so this wife will become insecure, like, why is this woman calling you at this time? Doesn't she know you
are you customer?
Are you cheating on me? You know, and it has nothing to do with that.
Sure.
So I think also we should really try and be supportive. So husbands support your wives, wives support your husbands, but also parents support your kids. And kids support your parents. So I think we just need that societal
so like a system.
Yeah, like we said, even bosses to support employees. I think even employees should support their bosses.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because it's mutual. So we look at how to balance it all out, how to support, because the goal is what we should focus on. Growth of the business, increase in income, and work-life balance and happiness.
So kuna hii aspect that unapata people are doing business, but then at times kuna hii pressure, you know, couple XY wanafanya biashara, wale wengine hawafanyi, and many people wanaogopa because wenzangu wataniona mimi yani siwezi, nafanya biashara si poa. Is it something that could be also preventing many people from starting businesses?
Yeah, like I said, there are so many negative forces when we began the show, and we should stop listening to them. Because when you say couple X and Y will say what? So what will they say when you're not able to afford school fees anymore, or you're not able to eat well, or even afford a medical cover? You know, just some good basic things that make your life comfortable. they won't be there. In fact, they'll laugh at you. So they would rather laugh at you growing a
ukipiga biashara kuliko
Yes.
laughing at you na hauna kitu.
Exactly. And I think also there's been a lot of mind shift from the time of our parents until now. Sai watu wengi wanaangalia ni biz gani naweza fanya. Wewe nisaidie ni biz gani naweza chapa.
Nisukume.
Job niko tu job, na sitaki kumesi hiyo job, iko tu sawa, but nataka nifanye biz. Ni gani naweza fanya ni kama siko job. You know, and the opportunities are just so many. They are there. They are there, but never listen to negative forces. Those ones will always be there, whether you're doing well or not. They'll just be negative people.
Asante. There is this, you had mentioned about some of the challenges that those people who are employed and still want to pursue the entrepreneurial plans. How can kuna some challenges in between? Maybe just mentioning some of them, so that mtu mwenye ako pale nje who's still wishing and planning to get into business ajue what are some of the challenges that they're going to meet out here.
Okay. So the first challenge ni hiyo ya job. So assess your employer, your immediate supervisor, the management team. You know, I'm not sure how it is in larger organizations because our organization is not big. So we have that linkage with our supervisors and senior management. So just assess kukoaje job. Watu wako na biashara, mdosi wako mwenyewe ako na biashara, you know. And muongeleshe, muulize kunaweza kuaje mtu akakuwa na biashara, you know. So that you're safe here, because you can't do business well when you're not secure with your employment.
Inakupatia pressure.
A lot of pressure, and that's not healthy. So once you assess that, that's the first challenge. Sometimes you want to do business, but your employment environment is not conducive. So if it's conducive, another challenge would be time. So many people commute to work by matatu, and so, or even if they're driving, it takes a very long time because of jam. So you find hours zake ni kidogo. By the time anatoka home ni 6, ndio afike job 8. Akitoka job 8 anafika home 7 or 7:30. So already ashachoka na kwa jam. Haizi fanya biz. So ni kuangalia can I maximize then weekend if those are my major challenges? Can I do something over the weekend? Hata mdosi akijua it's strictly Saturday, Sunday. Exactly. So another challenge ni hiyo ya spouses. Another challenge ni capital ni challenge kubwa sana. But for capital, people don't have to start big unless you want to do like a TV program or something. Most businesses you can start small.
Just a small.
Kama ni mtumbo unaweza anza na 100. Nunua tu nguo 3 za watoto 30 bob. Pima whether watu na una longi, now tomorrow go for long is a 50, you know, and then it grows. But many people, like you said, wanaogopa kuchekelewa. So societal pressure is another one. Like
so
nani alikuwa anafanya kwa bank, hata kwaje anapika keki.
Nini bana huyu kijana?
Kunaendaje? But you see huyu kijana, mnaona kuna kitu mbaya naye. Ameshaona potential in business. Ameona nikiuza hii keki nitapata so 2 ama nitapata so 5. Hakuna mtu atampea so 5 tu hivyo. So he'd rather just do it. Watu hata wakiongea waongee tu. So challenges ziko. But the question is, how do you curb those challenges? So the best thing is you focus, you be positive, you go for it. And I believe when you're looking for capital, you'll get it. Somebody somewhere will just believe in your dream. Yeah.
To our viewers, hey, uko pale nje umeketi muda mrefu. You've been thinking that mimi niko employed hapa, sitaki kuanzisha biashara, nikianza maybe nitaibiwa. I can assure you from the wisdom being shared by our guests ni kwamba starting a business, whether haufanyi kazi uko tu wewe full time, kuna risks. So what you need to do kujipanga ni hii, understand within the organization ambayo unafanya kazi, the senior management, your boss, your sample, are they running some businesses zao ambazo ziko very personal kando na job? So if at all they do, start understanding. If at all utafunga biashara yako, how are you able to manage time yako na time ya kazi? Because ile kazi ndo the core thing unafanya inakulipa. They have bought your time between 8 for example to 5. That is their time, not your time. So you understand ya kwamba that business idea that you want to implement equals something that you can run either on weekends ama jioni baada ya job. Then jiambia kwamba nitakapokuwa nikipushi kitu, ask people. There are many people out here ambao wamemanage kurani hivyo. So keep on talking to them. And kuna Wakenya wenzetu ambao wanapenda kusema hiyo kitu ni mbaya. Sasa wewe biashara yako uoye. Tunachekelea watu, tunaua dreams za watu. Why can't we become supporters wa dreams za watu? If some young man 22 years old, 25 years old, amekuja kukuambia kwamba bro, niko na 20k, ningependa kuanzisha biashara fulani kuuza jeans. Badala sasa unamwambia ati sasa utauzia nani jeans? Let us find a way, badala ya kukataza watu kuproceed, to a guide on the right path. Kama unaona jeans hainunuliwi, mwambie what if uuze belts? Because everybody akona jeans lakini haina belt. Or for example, what if ufungue place uuze manduanga? For example. So badala mtu ametake time yake, amekutrust, akakuja kudiscuss na wewe kwamba this is what I want to do. Hiyo kitu itamsaidia kupata an extra income, maisha yake iko fiti. If each one of us wants to live a better life. Better life inakuja na more money. Tusupportiane so that our dreams can grow. My sister. Kuna watu hapa nje wenye wangewish sana ku get into business lakini wamegwama. There are many women wenye wanasumbuka sana kwa nyumba zao, lakini wakifikiria tu kuanza biashara wanaona nitaanzaje? Haki nitaanguka. Gani? Sasa watasemaje? Haki mimi. Pesa yangu ichomeke. You as someone who has been in umemanage kazi na unapiga tu biashara, you need to tell us the business you're doing, by the way. Ndio watu wajue ni biashara gani hizo unafanya. Umesema tu I sell. Are you selling chances to go to heaven?
I wish I was able to sell chances to go to heaven. So that's one of my major businesses actually. So I'm an evangelist. I talk to people about God.
Hallelujah.
But that's not business per se. That's kingdom business. So I thank God. So I encourage people to go to heaven and get saved. But what I sell, so I began selling insurance like a joke many years ago. And again, I stopped. Kuuza insurance raisi.
Niguan. Our society hasn't appreciated the value of insurance.
No. They haven't. And they have this narrative that insurance is a scam. And so you find many people run away. And many agents have also lied about insurance.
Kuna mikora.
Kabisa. Mtu anakuambia mosi ukiweka 100 utapata 300, which is a lie. Because insurance is not there to make profit. It's there to cover risk. So one of the businesses I've done for a long time, insurance. So
what type of insurance covers are you?
So I sell for Madison Insurance, and my supervisor, so my boss knows that I have another job. So that one I do like a side hustle. So I sell education plans. So like you have children, we look at how can you save for them for a certain period of time, so that wakienda high school, university, mahali kunakuwa kuzito, umeweka savings for a long time, pesa inakukujia tu wewe unalipa fees, na pia ina cover, God forbid ukufe before time, like as a young person, then your child is covered, they go to school.
Yes, good.
So that business is difficult, but it's very sweet. Because you're paid on commission. So when I get you to save for your child, you'll find one person has 2 kids or 3 kids. So anachukua savings ya 3 napata commission mara 3. Unapata yeye ataambia rafiki yake. Ama bibi ambia rafiki yake, ambia wanachama. So unaweza pata umekauka, but from nowhere simu zinakuja. Nani niko na kazini yangu amesema amesumbukana kusave. So please come and help her. Take up a savings plan. She wants to start saving now. Na kuna mtu pahali amesumbukana kusave, amepata pesa fulani, sana sana watu wa biashara. Anakwambia wacha nilipe 1,100 ya mwaka, or for maybe 10 months I want to save 10,000 a month. So unaona hapo umepata capital. So when I get this capital, what I enjoy doing is selling clothes. So I sell clothes. So when I have a lot of money, I get more clothes. And it's something I sell when I'm relaxed. Sina pressure.
So clothes za watoto or?
Nauza nguo za watoto na ladies. Mostly. So I've never sold for men.
Utaki. Unakatembe uchi.
That's not where my heart is.
Passion.
So there are people who have a passion for selling men's clothes. So for me, it's been mostly children and ladies. So you'll find hata wakati ingine sina stock. Sijashughulika hata kwenda soko. So nauza za mtumba. Na unapata rafiki yangu ananiambia watoto wanatembea uchi. I have a particular client, hi the sister, nimevalisha watoto wao from the time they were born. So wananisukuma naenda soko. Unajua soko ukienda, uchukulie huyo mama pekee.
So itabidi
For example, nikileta bail mzima, yeye huwa anachukua nguo mingi. So nikileta bail mzima utapata amenunua kama quarter the bail or half the bail na dadake. So unaona hizo zingine zimebaki tena na zimarket tu nauza. So hizo sifanyi na pressure. My businesses, I don't do them, I haven't put all the effort in. So I just do it for fun. It's not my main source of income. Najinice tu, nasikia poa. but na enjoy kuuza. There's a time sikuwa na job, so they were now what I was relying on to make money. So when I didn't have a job, I learned how to make samosas. I survived
insurance,
on
nguo, samosa.
So I learned how to make samosa. I would supply restaurants, and that business would pay rent, would pay fees, would pay the house girl. So it paid all my bills.
Samosa?
Yes, samosa tu hii unaona samosa. So
unaongelea samosa hii ama unajua sometimes people would say samosa na maanisha kitu kingine.
Samosa tu hii triangle iko na nyama ndani.
Yes.
And then by God's grace nikaanza kufundisha watu kutengeza. So unafundisha mtu mmoja na kulipa 1,000. So ukifundisha watano hiyo ni 5,000. So ukifundisha
so now you train people how to do samosa.
Yes, so I train people because it's a lot of work, and now I'm full-time employed. So and then now recently I started selling crisps. So there's a person who makes them. So how I got the idea is my kids would eat them. And I was like, these things are so good. So they are homemade, they are fresh, and they are so crispy. Alafu si zile crisps za kuumiza mdomo za supermarket zingine.
Kuna zingine ni kama unafikiria ni panga ama
kama nataka kuweka shimo kwa meno. Sasa nikajiambia, hebu niulizie huyu jamaa anatoa hizi vitu wapi? So nikapata contact zake na nikamwambia I want to take on wholesale. So mtu atasema huyu naye anauza kila kitu, but he 30 bob.
It makes a difference.
Ikiwa 10 because hautauza moja. Hiyo ni so tatu. Hiyo nimebai nyama nusu. Almost 3/4.
Nakutembelea bwana.
So people will talk about you. They'll say you're doing many things. But that's money. Nobody will ask ukienda kwa butchery. Na hii pesa madam ni ya ile biashara ama ni ya ile mshahara ama ni ya
niambie hii ni nguo ama nobody asks that question.
And you see it's very personal for me. I don't strain. So there are people who strain to make ends meet. For me I don't strain.
Ni unaenjoy tu.
No, I just enjoy.
Uko hapa una insurance, umepata commission, unaweka kwa nguo, nguo inapata, unaingiza kwa samosa, inaingia pale kwa crisp unarudisha mtabuchari nyama ama na dish nyumbani.
So there's another one I haven't told you. So I do many businesses like I said. So I know how to make soap, liquid soap.
Liquid soap.
Yes. So one bottle 5 liter is 300 bob. So I have standard people who will buy. I don't market. I marketed kitambo. So over the years they just buy. Yes. So and then hizo vibuyu kuna mwenye anakuja nazo na gari yake. So anachukua kama 6. So 6 times 500 that's 3k. So hapo niko na profit yangu, si ndio? Hiyo profit nitaenda tena ni buy sabuni nyingine ni mix. For the next person who will take 4, another one takes 2. So niko na standard people wanachukua hii sabuni na jik monthly. So I don't hizi pesa zinanisort vitu
zako daily nini maziwa hapa na pale okay.
So that helps me. My salary now goes to the bigger things. Over time. So that it sorts vitu za madeni za kitambo na sort. Alafu sasa ina sort basic needs. So hii babies want to go out,
you have something.
Kuna mtu ameleta 3,000 ya sabuni. Twende mkakule pizza na chipo.
So mimi naweza kuwa niko na kwa the same office na kierere yangu naona unatumia mshahara kupeleka watoto out, mimi napeleka na deni wewe kumbe unapeleka na samosa.
Now that's the thing. People like to compete a lot and compare their lives, but they don't ask questions.
Yes.
So they might see me, I'm not driving, but I'm earning money more than them. But haniulizi, hani wewe naye. So buy 2 gari na mimi niko na gari na they don't ask. And another one will see you taking your child out like you're saying, and they want to take theirs out. They'll spend 20,000, but they don't know 20 yako haijatoka kwa mshahara.
Yako imetoka tu kwa nguo.
Imetoka tu kwa biashara za kando. Yes.
This is serious.
And for me what has worked is maintaining my clients. So they are I respect them, I listen to them, I get them what they want. So biashara itaki ukora. Hii sabuni nakwambia, there's a way you can mix add too much water to get more.
Then
you see,
customer.
So it's diluted. Huyo mtu hatarudi kwa. But for me it's standard. They know they'll get the same quality over the years. Yes. And then this customer service week I was giving out free. So the people who have been buying over time,
give them.
I said come and collect your soap or ask me, tell me where you are, I deliver. I use Teketeke couriers, take for me the
Thank
soap.
you.
You know, and I think your riders get very confused. What business does this lady do?
Sasa ni nguo, sasa ni sabuni, sasa
Leo
ni
peleka
samosa.
nguo huku. Kesho peleka sabuni huku. Kesho yake tumia hizi policy documents za client huku. But you see, at the end of the day,
It's money.
It's money, and it's money got legitimately. It's money that's not affecting my job, you know. So, I mean, go for it. Don't limit yourself. I feel people really limit themselves.
Na feel kama tukitoka hapa naanza so training ya samosa ni thao.
Training ya samosa ni thao.
The people out here wenye wamekusikiza, they would want to take policies, education covers for their children. Kuna mtu mahali ni dem rangi ya thao, lakini kitajui tu ni kupika samosa. Sasa bwana yake sasa ni samosa ungejua kupika, angetaka kujua. Kuna mtu naye ako na watoto, ama she's a lady, she wants to know hizi nguo unauza ziko aje. How can people get you in the event wanataka either policy document, ya education plan ya mtoto, samosa training, ama kununua pia mavazi, mesema crisps or soap.
Yeah.
How can Kenyans get to you ili wakupatie biashara, wakupe biashara, wapatie product, wakupe pesa?
Okay. They can reach me on my number. So my number is 0722 630 829. I've used that number from 2004. So
Ni number
it's not
imekoma.
changing.
Number imekoma.
Yes.
So hii number ina run soap, ina run crisps, ina run insurance, ina run
Sabuni.
everything.
Yes.
So if anybody, this is a supermarket. Ukitaka kitu ingia hapa. The only thing unaweza kosa hapa labda ni jeneza ama something like that, but soap iko ndani, unaweza oga, kuna samosa umeshiba, kuna policy document, education cover ya watoto, iko nguo, everything under one roof. Okay. I had asked you, kwa watu wenye hapa nje, especially women, who are really struggling financially, kuna kale kamshahara kake ni kadogo hakamtoshi. Ako so ambitious but ameshindwa afanyaje. How can they become you?
So one tip I can share, which has really worked for me, is usikue na wivu. So for example, why that is interesting, wivu ni mbaya, because Teketeke couriers wako na riders. Unaona? Mimi sina capital, but wewe uko na biashara that is running. Or let's say you have a boutique. Why can't I come, pick your clothes, sell to my neighbor? Unaona? Si jirani wangu hajui nimechukua Teketeke. But you trust that this person has your clothes, and kama hajauza atarudisha. Si hapa ataenda kuuza. So nyinyi mmemuzia 400. Aende auze 600. Si amekula 200. Kama ni 5 sio ni sawa. Unajua hapa amebuild relationship.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Wanajua ako na duka.
Wanajua yeye ako na nguo. Sasa next time anasema, na dada yangu nilipata ako vibaya, mtafutie size ndogo. Yeye unajua hakuna mtu anatafuta.
Anakuja anachukua anapeleka.
Exactly. So over the years, that really worked for me when I didn't have capital. I would get from somebody who has, and then take to the person who needs.
So
and
identify
then I put
gap.
my markup. Yes. So there's a time somebody used to call me, when you broker sana. But you see, it helped me because I built my network of clients, and I didn't need capital. All I needed was to just be somebody trustworthy. And then I pick from you, take here, and I get my cut.
But why are young people saying hakuna job ama hakuna
capital? I saw some clip on social media the other day. People are not, watu si waaminifu. Ukimpa hii nguo, ule akimlipa amehepa. Badala tu akwambia basi nilikula hii don nitakusort, you know? They don't pay. So how will they again get?
Inu correct very expensive. Because you see, mimi staki capital. But najua huyu person A ako na product yenye huyu anataka, lakini hawa watu hawajuani.
Yes.
Niingia hapa katikati negotiate na huyu akubali kulipa, nichukue nipeane, wanilipe, nilipe huyu, mimi nibaki na profit.
Yes. Naweza
fanya kitu kashangaa.
Alafu unajua sasa wivu ni mbaya, ukora pia ni mbaya. So watu wengi wamentrust watu wao na biashara, na kazi yao ni kufanya biashara ndani ya biashara.
Or someone opens a shop in a shop.
Yes, or anamuibia kabisa. So first of all, kuwa mtu mwaminifu. You know, then ufanye biashara. Sasa you don't need capital. You can start by being a broker.
Sure.
Hata wagari wa shamba sasa hao ni high level, they make
high
much
level.
more money in
But
just one
hajaibia
sale.
Mtu.
Hajaiba. You need land, This person has land, you connect the two, you make your cut. Shida ni tamaa. Sasa wewe umeniuzia nguo 300, nataka niuze 3000.
Yeah.
You see, huyo mtu anaweza nunua siku ya kwanza, but siku ya pili atarealize ni mgonga. You know, kula kidogo muda mrefu, but wacha tamaa ya kukula mingi in a short time. Na usiibe.
Sure.
You will be okay. You don't need you don't need money to start a business. No. All you need is just to be wise.
So kitu watu wanakosa hapa nje ni
nikianza kuuza crisps, sikuwa na capital. Nililetewa tu kwa nyumba. Niliuza nikalipa.
Uliuzauzia mtu ukapata profit ya kukalipa huyo.
Nikalipa. Imagine. Why? Sababu ya huyu mtu katikati alinitrust kitambo.
Okay.
Ni customer wangu wa nguo.
Okay. So trust is
everything. Trust is everything. So opportunities are there. You can broker and make money everywhere. Hata hawa watu wako tu nje duka tao, my dear, wanaita watu chips. Yeah, kuna chips anauza. Yeah, anaita tu watu. They are like a broker. So you will enter because of this person. Huyo mtu ataambiwa pengine watu akiingia 10, 100 ni yako. Sasa huyo mtu anaingiza 500 anaenda kwake. Shida iko hapo.
Na hajaifungua mahali hata juu bei ya waru.
Shida kubwa pia ni watu kukua na malengo. So insurance for example nikianza ilikuwa imechukuliwa ni kazi ya mahasla. Unaona?
Yeah, so yeah.
Sasa nikiuza na niko job watu hawaongei. So utapata watu wauza insurance kazi ya mahasla, you see? Nobody's talking because my commissions will come either way, whether you think ni kazi ya mahasla or not. Like tusidharau biashara na usidharau kazi. Ukipata opportunity ya kuuza insurance,
ingia, piga.
Ukipata opportunity ya kuuza nguo, uza.
Hakuna pesa inakuja na stamp.
Mandazi hapo kwa mtaa.
Uza.
Kama msichana alikuwa anauza chips na some MP akamuletea umbrellas.
Yeah, I remember how. Nimeona.
And that guy wa Kisumu wa kuuza manguo za mtumba.
Ngara waseme uko na sponsor. Ngara.
So opportunities are there. People are just too proud. But you can't be proud na hauna.
Sasa pride iko huko juu. Na uwezo ikapa chini. Sasa wewe pride umepeleka 4th floor. Pesa iko basement.
Don't be proud. Wachana na watu wa wachana na maslay queen. Watu wa maswag mingi. Na wewe hauko kama wao. Watakuweka pressure. Weka tu kwa lane yako tu.
Piga biashara yako.
Kaa tu one time uta-indicate right uingie kwa Toyota cars. Kidogo uta-indicate tu uingie kwa Range Rover. But for now kama lane yako ni ya matuktuk wewe.
Zote zinafikua fuel tu. Nashukuru sana. This has been great. Anyone out there mwenye unataka kufanya biashara, wewe mwenyewe unakataa tu kufanya biashara because you don't need money to start a business. You just need to have a good brain. So the question is, do you have appetite for doing business, and do you have the brain which is willing to push you in the challenge and start doing something? My good friend, nashukuru sana for your time, for your wisdom, for the many practical tips you've shared with our audience, na najua kwamba many people out there watajisaidia. Asante. May God bless you. Excuse me, tunagota. Corona ilisema tugote tu. Hatuna nashukuru sana. To our viewers, this has been Inawezekana, and of course, from the discussion we've had, we have seen everything is possible. Inawezekana. Let's meet next Sunday. Tumepiga leo because ni huduma day. Huduma unajua sasa jana tulitulia tufanye day huduma. So on Sunday we do this again. We talk about different ways tunaweza kujipanga to be economically empowered. Thank you so much, and go to YouTube channel Teketeke Nation Live and subscribe. God bless you. That's all.